Howdy folks, I'm Brian and here's some Reddit. My voice is a little strained today, so I'm going to keep it brief today, so hopefully you don't mind a little bit of a shorter episode. Alright, let's get started. Am I a jerk for telling my mother-in-law that it's not her money? Throwaway, I'm a 33-year-old female and my husband Bill is a 34-year-old male, and we eloped the day after our college graduation. We had only been dating for about a year and a half, and then I had only spoken to his family over the phone. We were young and dumb, but it isn't a decision I regret. 2 weeks after, we went to his hometown to break the news to his family. I learned that Bill's family is very wealthy. I presumed that he was upper middle class, but what I found out is that his family is in the 10%. His family was welcoming at first, but things unexpectedly took a turn when they found out we had eloped. My mother-in-law had some choice words about me being a gold digger, and that's why I should have signed a prenup before. She tried to get me to sign a postnup, which I refused. She became belligerent and told me to leave their house. Bill supported me through all of this and left with me. I told Bill that we couldn't continue to be together if he had plans to accept any kind of financial support from his family. He agreed with me and said they are most likely going to cut him off anyways. That was roughly 11 years ago. We are both now established in our careers and have a 6-year-old daughter. When our daughter was around 3 years old, Bill's family started making an effort to include us as a part of the family. I didn't want to deprive my child of an extended family presence since both of my parents died when I was young. I tried to be welcoming to them, but I kept my guard up. My mother-in-law, however, has this belief that I'm still a gold digger and relies solely on my husband. She makes comments about everything from the clothes I wear to the food I eat. They had a potluck Christmas dinner, and I decided to drop off some fried red fish to my mother-in-law. She tried it and made a comment that it was good, but really unhealthy because it was deep fat fried. I corrected her that it was air fried and that I own an air fryer. She went on a rant about how air fryers are expensive and that Bill needed to save up his money for our child because of my ridiculous rule not to accept financial help from them. I told her that I make my own money and I use my own money to buy whatever I want, and since it's not her money, she needs to get off her high horse. She said it's her son's money, so she gets a say. I pointed out that I make more than her son, and even if it was his, it's still not her money, so she doesn't get to dictate it. I haven't spoken to her since Christmas, and my daughter keeps asking about her. My husband wants me to apologize to keep the peace, but I feel like I've had enough of this woman. Alright, I'm going to leave the edit on screen, but basically it just says that they're like multi-millionaires, and they have a live-in chef and stuff like that. Alright, OP, I'm going to have to say that no, you're not the jerk here. Your mother-in-law has had a chip on her shoulder since the very beginning, and I mean, it may very well be because you folks eloped, but I mean, it may just be that she thinks that you're not worthy of her son for one reason or another. So, again, I think that it was right for you to defend yourself against her, and I don't think she has any right to tell you how you're going to spend your money. And, yeah, that's really what it boils down to. By not keeping the peace, you are depriving your daughter of a toxic person, not a doting grandmother, not the jerk. You're teaching your daughter some powerful lessons. Good on you, OP. Yeah, actually, I think that's a really good point that I don't think I addressed at all. The grandmother, the mother-in-law is being toxic in a lot of ways here, and it's good for the daughter to learn that you shouldn't let people walk all over you. Alright, another money one. Am I a jerk for spending my own money? Throwaway because my family knows my personal Reddit. I'm a 25-year-old male and I live with my fiance, a 22-year-old female. And we're both in school right now, so finances are tight, and we make sure that the little spending money that we do have together, after bills and all that other stuff, is either saved in a fund for something big for both of us, and not just to be blown in one place doing something dumb. Well, according to my fiance, What I bought with my $1,000 that I've saved up for 3 months instead of pitching in for our vacation fund is exactly that. You see, I'm a huge NBA fan, and my favorite player growing up was Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant big to ever play the game. I remember watching him win championships with the late great Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade, and wishing I could be at those championship parades, although I lived in Philly at the time. I stumbled across a beautifully signed Lakers jersey of Shaq that was running for $1,200 a couple of months ago, and I decided that I was going to save up for it and hang it up right in the living room next to the TV. It came with a huge case and a certificate of authenticity as well. I recently bought it, and it conveniently arrived when my fiancée was out with her sister and mom. So I hung it up right where I wanted it, left of our TV, with the glass perfectly wiped and the signature in all its glory. She wasn't very happy at all when she came back. Her exact words when seeing it for the first time being, "What in the world is that?" I told her that it's a piece of sports memorabilia that is priceless to me, but cost me a good chunk of change. She immediately asked me how much it was upon hearing this because she's very sensitive when it comes to money. She didn't have the nicest childhood in terms of money. When I told her, she flipped, telling me how stupid it was to waste money like that on a glorified shirt with a Sharpie marker. I told her that we're talking about the great Shaq, and that the next best thing to be able to have is something signed by him hanging in your house besides buying it would be catching him in real life and getting an autograph, which would be hard since he lives in LA. She told me that all our excess money is supposed to be put in a fund so we can have a beautiful moment with each other that we'll never forget, and how the purple jersey doesn't even match with the living room layout and how it looks gaudy and out of place. This all happened 2 days ago, and she's told me she isn't happy with my purchase at all and gets an attitude when she comes into the living room like the jersey is killing her vibe. I think she's acting childish about the whole thing. I mean, there's no point in pitching into a vacation fund when the stuff in the world is going on may not be over until the end of the summer. So Reddit, am I a jerk? Alright, OP. I'm going to be as kind as possible. I do think that this is something that is special to you. And I think that you expected hopefully you expected something different. But the trouble is that you made an agreement with your girlfriend that you were going to save away all your excess funds to have something big together. And you didn't uphold that part of your bargain. You didn't present her the idea of you getting this shirt. You didn't tell her that you were going to plan on it and that you wanted to save aside a certain amount of money per month to do so. And, the thing is that she now, has contributed to this fund for both of you. And it sounds like you may not have contributed as much. And I think that's probably where the friction is here. Plus, it's her living space as well. And so I imagine, her looking at that shirt is not only a reminder to her that you don't seem to care about what she wants, how she wants the house furnished, as in a mutual way, but also that it's a reminder that you are willing to break this, agreement that you made with her. And that isn't a very good long-term relationship goal. So, this is just a constant reminder to her that you are going to choose to do what you want to do and not honor your end of an agreement. So, yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to mark you as the jerk here. And as much as you love this jersey and as much as it probably is priceless to you, I think you really should have talked to her and told her what your plans were and informed her that you were planning on buying this jersey. So, yeah, especially since money is so tight for you folks. Anyhow, take care and good luck. You're the jerk, I'm afraid. When you live with someone, you're committing to help each other, sharing a lot of decisions and so on. From her point of view, as I understand it, she's imagining some lovely trip with you once it's possible. And from that point of view, you subtracted a lot of money from the shared decision fund and put it in the sole decision fund. And what the sole decider chooses is to benefit only one person in the relationship, himself. It's not the shirt. It's not even really the money. It's the retreat from the commitment to taking a certain decision together. And putting it up on the wall makes her think about that every time she's in the room. All right, folks. That's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.